Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles and welcome to my channel. Today is a special different kind of vlog and it's all about the day and night dress challenge. This is a yearly sewing challenge organized by Elizabeth from elizabethmadethis.com, and she's also got the same handle on Instagram and YouTube. And every year she changes it up a little bit, gives you a little different theme. And this year was really cool because the whole idea of this year's challenge was to take a dress that you have, that you don't wear, that you have nothing to go with it, and create two different types of pieces that would go with that same dress to create more of like a day look or a night look. Now it could be as easy or as hard as you wanted, could be accessories, could be any sort of thing. Now thinking about the way I like to dress, I went in a sort of direction that you're going to see soon. So I'm going to show you the dress I chose. I've had it for years. It's a fitted dress made out of navy blue ponte. It's got empire line cut there. It's got some dots there that shapes the bust. And then it's nicely fitted. I just find that I'm not wearing it because I have nothing that goes with it. It's really hard to match navy blue sometimes if it's a solid. I really don't have anything to go with it. And I'm not the type that will just put on a dress and walk out. I just can't live my life like that. I need layering pieces. I want to talk to you a little bit about my style and some words that might describe my way of dressing. And I don't really know how to describe these. So I did a few fashion quizzes online. I tried to educate myself around the words that would describe the way I like to dress. And what I found was that I like things that are chic, classic, comfortable and tailored. So those sort of words, if you know me and you've been following me and seeing the way that I sew, I think that would describe the way my style is. I like classic pieces that don't go out of fashion. I want to stay away from the trends as much as I can. I want them to be tailored to me, fitting really well. I want them to be comfortable, and I like them to be chic. So you'll never see me in a casual thing with like sneakers or like t-shirts. It's just not really my thing. Yeah, let's get that clear. So you might find that my day look is a bit more formal for you, but it's not for me. It's perfectly fine for me, and I would walk out like this and go out to the mall or whatever and be fine. So for my day look, I chose to do a refashion. And I've always liked the combination of navy blue and orange. And I recently purchased a big blouse in Chile. If you saw my thrift haul from Chile, you might have seen an orange piece made out of linen. I decided to use that and totally reshape it and just remake it to me, to my body. And I have like a little jacket style sort of piece to put on top of this navy blue dress. I think the fact that it's linen, it keeps it more casual, and I've done some top stitching around there to keep it more casual. And I have a tiny clip of showing you how I refit it to myself, how I put the dots on the back, and little special finishes I did on the inside. So have a look at that. So here is this blouse inside out. You can see the lovely color. I've already put a pin for where I want to begin tapering in that side. This has princess seams here, and you can see there's a lot of excess here underneath. This is several sizes larger to me, but these princess seams help a lot with the shaping. So I've already pinned there, and I've pinned under here sort of where I want it. I've gone and pinned at my waist where the smallest is, and then I'm just going to taper in there. And I've also pinned at the back where I want to put my fisheye darts. You can see there's two little darts there. So now I'm going to take it off, neaten up this, hand baste it, you know, try it all on again and go from there. It hits mid-hip sort of thing. I think I might do 2 slits on the front to give it some sort of detail. Yeah, I'm super excited. I love the fabric. It's a really nice linen. I'm going to quickly show you how I added back fisheye darts to this blouse. I know my measurement from the nape of my neck there to my waist is 44 centimeters at the back, and I know that from measuring myself and drafting my block. So I've done a straight line, marked the middle there from the back, and then drew out the same distance around the middle of the middle, so dividing the back in quarters and adding a straight line up and down. Done that on both sides. Now you can make them as long as you want, as deep as you want. I made mine at 4 centimeters deep. That means I do the darts 2 centimeters on each side from the middle. So before doing all the bias binding, I double checked the fit, and I trimmed out all my seam allowances so that they're all 5/8 of an inch. I want it to be perfect. So there were areas where I needed a bigger chunk of seam allowance because, you know, the blouse was super big on me. So I did that prior to attaching the bias binding so that once it's done, it would be all nice and neat everywhere. I don't like wonky finishes inside, so I took the extra time to do that. I then attached the bias binding everywhere. That was a lot of bias binding. I made countless amounts of meters, and I had like 5 centimeters left over from all that I made. I decided to make little slits on the princess seams on the front, as you can see. That's already finished, and have a really good finish inside. I've done mitered corners, and I've done them the same way, only that I bias bound the edges, so that's sort of enclosed in the mitered corner. It's the same technique, it's just that you bias bind it before sewing in that slant, and it looks good. Cool. So it was a really nice refashion. I have a piece now that I love this color, and I'm going to show it to you here. As you can see, I've left those little tabs there. There used to be big pockets there on the bust that I removed. On the inside, I used bias binding. As you saw, I made a lot of bias binding out of rayon left over from another project I had, I thought matched. And I think bias tape made out of rayon creates little bulk inside. I don't have gaping at the arm side because there are princess seams there, and I was able to manipulate that and fit it to me so that the fit around the arm side is perfect. Now, the special thing about this is in the inside as well, and that's just for my viewing pleasure. I put bias binding everywhere, as you saw, you know, the mitered corners like you saw that have the bias binding there. I think it looks really neat and, you know, less bulky there in those little slits. Here are the fisheye darts at the back that give it some shaping, and basically it's just a very simple piece, the way I like to dress, sleek, you know, long lines, classic. This is not trendy at all, but I could be wearing this for years and feel fine and feel like I'm just a normal person in the street, you know, layering over a navy blue dress, you know. So take a look at some pictures and a little action shot, and then I'll be back to show you the piece I made for the night look. Cool. So that is my day look. Now for my night look. Now what I'm wearing now you saw in the last vlog, and this is my Meg raglan tee by Stauak. It's drafted for wovens. This is made in chiffon. This is one of the first things I made once I got home. Very easy project, simple. I love the fit. And while I was making it, I started brainstorming of a way to hack this and make my second piece for the night look. So I'm not going to talk about the Meg raglan tee because you've already seen the pattern review. If you haven't, you can go ahead and look at that. And I'm going to now insert a little process video for you to see what I've come up with for the night look using that same pattern, but just changing the look, you know. This is my sleeve. I have transferred it off to another paper because I am going to be modifying it. This is the back part that unites with the back piece of the raglan top, and the shoulder that gives you that nice shape. Now I found this photo, if you can see, there's like a little peephole there, so I won't be sewing down the back part of the raglan sleeves. I'm going to be leaving the sleeve and the top sort of loose and overlapping just on the top, where I'm going to unite with bias tape, and at the bottom of the sleeve. So I need to scoop out some sort of shape here on this piece there and that piece there. So I need to modify that, and I'm just going to eyeball this as I usually do. I'm just going to freehand draw. I have drawn here where the seam line is on this one, so I'm going to be cutting that out because I'm not going to be sewing that seam. So there is a 3/8 seam allowance there. I'm going to be removing that from here. And I've made a mark right here around the middle of that arm side, and now I'm going to go in here, I think just by eyeballing it, 1 inch. So I'm drawing 1 inch there, and now I'm going to taper in from that corner there, in there, and then out there. And I'm just going to transfer this curve the same to the, you know, that pattern piece. I'm going to just transfer the same curve. This is the back, you know, of the blouse, and this is the sleeve here. So I'm not going to be attaching these. They are going to be overlapping here at the bottom, and here on the top there will be a sort of like a peephole at the back, and I think it will add a little bit of interest to this top. For the front, because I'm doing it like an open front, like a little jacket, this is the original front neckline. I have just measured from there down 3 inches, and then just using this curved ruler, just drew a shape like that, so it'll have that little roundy shape and then go straight down. This is how I'm going to get this little top from 1 meter. This is exactly 1 meter of fabric. This is the selvage, there is the fold, this is the back that is going to go on the fold, and the front I've placed it near the selvage because that is going to go open. That is my plan. And for a size 14, I can just make the width, you know, I probably could squeeze a size 16 in just one length of fabric. This is non-directional print, so I've put my sleeve on the, you know, upside down. It does not matter. And then from all this area, I want to make as much bias tape as possible. I'm going to need to cover all that binding, the neckline, and also that bit there on both sides and on the back part of the sleeve as well. Back piece, and I have that piece there with bias binding, same as that, and the back part of the raglan sleeve has also got bias binding. There will be a little overlap there that will be closed up with the binding of the neckline, and that's how that's going to be closed. And then there'll be a little overlap here underneath on the arm side, and there will be this area that will peep a little bit where you can see the blue of the cutting mat. So I'm really excited. Now I just have to put it together like normal, attach onto the front and all that stuff. I have decided to overlap the sleeves onto the back part of the top, and I have done that overlap 3/8 of an inch, which is the same as the seam allowance would have been. Instead of sewing them right sides together, I have sewn them overlapping, and I've done the same for the bottom there of the arm. So the sleeve is overlapping onto the back side, and I've done a few tucking stitches there. Then I constructed the blouse like normal, so I have the front part of the sleeve attached to the front pieces, and then I put them on top of each other, as you can see there, and now I'm ready to sew the side seams. You can see that the side seams for the back piece have just a little piece there that's overlapping, and I'm going to catch that together with the front part of the top. that's where the slits are going to go, and that is where the mitered corners are going to go. And you've already seen that in my previous vlog. Now you see I've overlocked all the sides first before doing the mitered corners, and yeah, almost done now. It's a really good. So here it is. Looks very sheer, doesn't it? You can see me through that. But that's the whole point of something to go for a night look. I like sheer things for night, you know, or for special occasions, and even for day. I mean, I'm wearing sheer right now, but this is a really nice fabric that has some sort of golden little threads through it. It's actually very similar to these ones, just a different print. And it's got navy and red and like this little brown thing. And you know, you saw my inspiration where it came from. It came from a knit tee, you know, that had that detail on a Berta magazine, and I decided to make it like more dramatic even, so that there was more of my arm on show on the back. So that's a thing. Well, you can't really appreciate this that well hanging, because you need to see me wear it, and then, you know, you can see the detail. So it was really fun to do. I made lots of bias binding, and that's what I used to finish the, you know, the front, everything, you know. The slits have mitered corners. You would have seen me do that on the previous video about the Meg, you know, raglan tee. And this is just a really light piece that can go on top of anything really, and it's gonna go really well with this navy blue dress. So I'm super happy with this, and have a look at the pictures and some action. So I do need to think about more flexibility and ways I could style different pieces in different ways. Although I tend to stick to more formal-ish, you know. But anyway, all good thinking. I love this challenge. I really had a hard time deciding what to do. But suddenly I got the inspiration, and I'm super glad I participated. You have until the 17th of March to finish this challenge if you're participating. There are super great prizes. I'm going to insert the poster here so you can see what it's all about. And thank you, Elizabeth, for inviting me to participate as one of the vloggers. That is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.